Welcome to the Elden Ring Bestiary, and today we're talking about the Tarnished, the protagonist and many of the characters you'll meet in Elden Ring. So, Hoarahlou's Remembrance makes it sound like Tarnished is a term for anyone who's been divested of grace and exiled from the lands between, but we only ever hear the term in relevance to his army. So, the original Tarnished were the followers of the Elden Lord Godfrey in his tenure as Elden Lord under Queen Marika. They helped Godfrey conquer the lands between in the name of the Golden Order, the Erdtree, and Queen Marika. But upon their victory, the Tarnished were exiled from the lands between and divested of their grace. Thus began the Long March of the Tarnished, when these exiled armies swept across the outside world in the name of Queen Marika, spreading the word of the Golden Order. As they marched, the Tarnished populated and had kids, and those kids had kids, and now most of the Tarnished we encounter in the game are the descendants of Godfrey's original army, not actually members of Godfrey's army. So most of the Tarnished we encounter in-game are the descendants of the original warriors who followed Godfrey into battle, which is why characters make a point of saying they have warrior blood in their veins. At the onset of the Shattering, the Two Fingers anticipated a demigod's victory and a new claimant for the Elden Throne. Unfortunately, this did not happen. The demigods quarreled endlessly, and soon there was nothing left but devastation. So, desperate for anyone to claim the throne, the Two Fingers returned the guidance of grace to the scattered Tarnished and summoned them back from the lands between. In fact, most of the Tarnished who were given their grace back came back to life. Many of them were already dead, including Goldmask, Hoaralou, and Sir Gideon Ofnir. Now, the exact mechanics of this are a little tricky. Roderika says that she and her soldiers sailed to the lands between, but our player character just wakes up in a tomb in the Chapel of Anticipation. Some people theorize that the Tarnished were teleported to the lands between, which might be possible, but again, we know Roderika physically sailed to the lands between, so who knows. Now I just want to touch on a little bit of popular speculation about the Tarnished. It seems very likely that Queen Marika the Eternal actually expected the Tarnished to come back and wield the Elden Ring. In fact, her spoken echoes say as much. She says, "With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die." And then, at a different spoken echo, "Then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed, return to the lands between, wage war, and brandish the Elden Ring. Grow strong in the face of death, warriors of my Lord, Lord Godfrey." So it sounds like Marika fully anticipated the Shattering and expected the Tarnished to come back and eventually be the new Elden Lords. I don't think this is far-fetched. I think the game pretty much explicitly tells us this fact. Our next bit of speculation has a bit less evidence, and that is that the Tarnished may have been welcomed in the lands between briefly. I personally really like this idea. So the basis of it is that Vyke mainly studied Ancient Dragon incantations, and it seems like the Ancient Dragon War which birthed those incantations happened during Radagon's tenure as Elden Lord. In other words, for Vyke to learn these incantations, the Tarnished must have been welcome for some time after the Shattering.